Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Martinez and today I'm going to share with you my vegan peppermint cookie recipe. To start preparing the wet ingredients, add 10 medjool dates to a skillet. This recipe does not use any additional sugar besides that found in peppermint candy. And then add 2 ripe bananas to the skillet and the dates, and add a little bit of almond milk to deglaze and cook this down a bit. You can skip this step and just soak all of this fruit overnight, but I forgot to do so, and I also like the sweetness that it brings out when you cook them just a little bit. It also makes blending them really easy if you do not have a high-speed blender, such as a Vitamix or something expensive like a Ninja. Add a 1/4 cup of almond milk to everything after you've added it to a blender, and add a teaspoon of vanilla extract in addition to some cashew butter. Instead of using vegan butter or oil, we're adding a 1/2 cup of cashew butter, which is super neutral and delicious. I love it. Blend it until it is completely smooth. Now, using 15 peppermint sticks, don't worry, I made this recipe in January. These were left over from Christmas and blitzed them just a little bit. I wish I would have left them slightly larger, but that's okay. Now, we're going to use whole wheat pastry flour instead of all-purpose flour. You can also use all-purpose or just plain old whole wheat flour for extra healthy vibes, and add 2 cups worth of that flour to a sieve. Now we're using baking soda. Add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda to the mix and try your best to get exact measurements. I've never really done this super well. And sieve it until it's completely smooth. Cookies normally use baking soda instead of baking powder because it helps with the spread of the cookie. Baking powder tends to help with lift. So, I'm not a scientist here, but just choose baking soda when making cookies is rule of thumb. Put all of your wet ingredients to a different bowl and add your dry ingredients, probably slower than I did, to the wet ingredients. And with a spatula, you can also do this in a KitchenAid or any stand mixer, slowly incorporate the 2 ingredients together. Now, because the cashew butter is going to be room temperature, it's not going to be cold, this is going to need a long rest, which I will show you in just a bit. Mix until there are no flour bubbles left and add the peppermint that we blitzed. You can add all of it. I added about 3/4 cup to the top. You can also reserve some and add it to the top of your cookie if you choose. I did not do this, but it's a nice aesthetic element. Now add a cup of vegan chocolate chips. This is non-negotiable. The chocolate chips are amazing. It's like having a Starbucks peppermint mocha in a cookie, and it's so good. So add that cup of chocolate chips to the mixture and let your batter chill for 2 hours minimum and preferably overnight. You're going to need 2 large baking trays and cover them with some parchment paper or nonstick. They have those like reusable ones you can use. Feel free to use those instead as well. Now use a 1/4 cup cookie scoop. I love this cookie scoop, it's just so much better. And scoop about 1/4 cup of the cookie dough into the scoop. Now this dough is a little wetter than most cookie doughs simply because we're not using conventional butters, where you're using a cashew butter and nut butter, so it's a little looser, but have no fear, these cookies will come out just right once they're baked. Just mind this little different texture element when you start to put them on the baking tray. Spread them out evenly so when they bake, they don't become one giant cookie and it's like a cookie sheet. And put both of your trays of cookies, this will make approximately, I think it's like 12 cookies, a little bit more, and bake them at 350 degrees for 14 minutes, and switching the pans from top to bottom and front to back halfway through. Once they come out, they're super nice and fluffy. Rule of thumb for cookies, let them rest right out of the oven on the baking sheet for like 10 minutes. They won't get soggy yet, they just have to chill and the structure has to be forming. Obviously with more regular cookies, they're a little flatter, but I love these because these are like really light and fluffy and they're not super crisp. This all depends on your flour ratio to fat ratio. A lot of elements go into it. Trust me, these are super good as they are. So I hope you try them out and you let me know in the comments what you think. Again, you can top them with some peppermint, enjoy them with a cup of any milk, almond milk, oat milk that you prefer, and be sure to subscribe for more content. See you next time.